I love sharing the experience of food. It kept me out of trouble. I was in jail for a short time, and it kind of was an eye-opener. I had an epiphany. So the person I'm trying to build myself as is a person that can help the youth out there that's not so lucky, that don't have the opportunity to get a mentorship.
It's Kyrelle. I'm making a steak dinner.
Today I have an 1.25 inch thick bone-in ribeye steak from my previous employers, the Meat Hook. Their meat is incredible.
Because they practice sustainable agriculture, you can taste if the animal has had a good, happy life.
My first job, I worked in a Middle Eastern restaurant. I was terrible at first. I started in the restaurants because I needed money. I had my first kid when I was 18.
Shallots.
And then from there, I worked at a gourmet deli. And that's where I really learned how to be urgent in the kitchen. I quit that job after a few years, and I started working at TGI Fridays in Times Square. Really long hours for 6 days a week.
Have some roasted garlic as well.
I didn't really get into it until I started realizing like I'm pretty good at this. After a while, I didn't feel like a job anymore.
This is bone marrow plus rendered beef fat. Basically this, rendered down. Gives it a more umami flavor. To get the butter back solid, I have a setup here. Cold pan, ice under it. And I'm just gonna move it around until it becomes solid again.
I guess the single most important thing to me about cooking food is just seeing the reactions from people, you know, making them feel good.
If you look, you can see the butter congealing as it gets cold. Moving it, spreading it, moving it, spreading it. Oh, I guess the whole thing is pretty therapeutic. It's pretty zen. Check on my potatoes. This is just like some chili sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, some herbs, some salt. So with this wax paper, I'm gonna shape it into a log. Here, the plastic wrap.
I'm a pretty hands-on person, so I cook alongside all the cooks and chefs that are here. It's a cool opportunity because I can mentor a few people.
That's it. We have our compound butter log. I'll put this in the fridge. So I had this steak sitting out for a little while just to temper it, bringing it up to room temperature so that when I cook the steak, it's cooked evenly and thoroughly. Just gonna let that sear until the edges begin to brown. That's when I'll know when to flip it. It depends on the cut. If it's like a 15-year-old dairy cow, you're gonna want that as rare as possible just to taste the quality of it. When you see it flaring up, that's because of the fat dripping into the fire, which is like highly flammable. So as I'm flipping it, I'm gonna move it to a different part of the grill. Cast iron's a really good pan to cook with because it holds the temperature very well. I add these shishito peppers. My pan's dripping hot. I think 1 in every 10 is spicy. So it's kind of like a game of roulette.
My parents are both mixed. So my mom is Jamaican and Chinese, and my dad is Grenadian and Australian. So I have all these influences in my life, so my food reflects that for sure.
All right, shishitos are done. Saffron salt. 122, 123. So while the steak's resting, I'll make the chimichurri sauce. Cilantro, oregano, both fresh, and parsley. Just gonna finely chop all of these herbs. I worked in a Pan-Asian restaurant for a while. And also my grandfather is Chinese, so a lot of Asian inspiration around me. Red wine vinegar, whisk in my olive oil. I don't want it emulsified, but I want it evenly blended. The chimichurri sauce. potatoes, nice and tender. It's got that beef tallow and parsley. So now I'm gonna cut the steak. I'm gonna remove the bone. It's nice medium, looks like. Medium rare, yep, there you go. Cheetos, potatoes. Cut out the seeds so we can juice it. With the shishitos. Nice marrow butter. Chimichurri on it. This is the art, huh? Clean it up a little. It's ready to go out.